Hello everyone. 안녕하세요. 에이미입니다. 오늘은 대구에 있는 구암 서원에서 외국인 학생들 대상으로 스트레스 관리 프로그램 진행하게 되었습니다. 어떻게 했는지 여러분 바로 보여드릴게요.
So you're fine, right? Great. So before we get into the stress management program, let us have a time to introduce with each other. I'm going to briefly introduce about myself and then few steps who will help you and support for this program today. My name is Amy Gold. Hi. I studied education and then group counseling, and currently I'm teaching business and marketing to the Google University, which is not your university, but it is same national university in Gyeongbuk area. And today we're going to talk about an experience about stress management, and there is a few other steps who will help you and support today. First of all, we have a Tomagi here. Great, great. And then this is Emily, she's back there. And then Chanyeong 선생님. And then still supporting and helping. Great. Chanyeong over there. And then we have a Bobe all the way back there next to the air conditioner. She's back here too. So they're here to help and support you. Okay, this program is a stress management. So it's not like your classroom that I'm going to teach a lot about stress and how to manage and so on and so forth. In other words, that you are going to experience things, right? Therefore, you don't need to make a note of what I'm going to say. Just listen and then just digest it as much as you can, right? And I can tell you for sure that everybody here is really, really into the learning things, because usually these kind of circumstances are very comfortable to me with a lot of foreign students, because in my school I teach to the foreign students only and class conducted in English. But I notice a lot of them are falling into a sleep during the class, and that happens. But I can see all of your eyes are very like beautiful, wonderful, great, good, great. Okay, so main part, first part of this stress management program, we're going to do the partner exercise together. The reason that I choose to do the exercise is because when we are under the stress and too much things going on, and sometimes it's so hard to make a decision even, and confused, what I notice is moving your body and bring your focus back to your body to do certain exercise does help a lot. And also to digest few things, to prepare yourself to have a better focus. Do some exercise always help. That's why we will do some warm-up exercise together, right? So I know the air here is a little bit kind of like warm up now. So you can either wear this coat, or if you don't feel comfortable, since we are going to do some movement and exercise, you can take your jacket off as well if you want to. Okay? Or you can make a partner with your neighborhood, and then you can make a partner, two of you, okay? So as I mentioned earlier, number one, this session is not about lecturing or teaching things. That's why I want you to participate very actively, all right? It's fun time, right? Number two, just in case, if you're not comfortable to do something for some reason, that's completely fine. Just observe and watch yourself. Say, oh, for some reason, I don't feel comfortable. Let me see what's going on within me, all right? However, I still want you to have an open mind and just practice and have fun and see how it goes, okay? All right, so let's make a partner, and then one step can come forward to show me the demonstration. Let's start. However, okay, once you really make it fast 100 times, both of you raise your hands, then I know which team goes to 100. However, don't cheat yourself, okay? with your partner together. Leg, open your leg. Put your feet together. Okay, hold it with your partner. How do you feel? Oh, good. Very good. Let's think about our stress. Stress is good or bad? Good? Sometimes. Good. Bad? Okay. Stress, it can be good or it can be bad. For example, like you, I guess that you all decided to come to Korea here in Daegu to study, be away from your family at home. And when you make that choice, right, you probably guessed or expected that you're going to face some challenges living here with a totally different culture, language is not, comfortable, you're new, and we have different background, different culture, and so on and so forth, right? So that decision you made is actually you made for the growth and for the certain purpose of your life, right? So by the time when you make that decision, you already decided to deal with some good stress that is going to occur during your journey, right? However, if that stress level goes too far, too much, overwhelming, it can actually damage your physical body and your mental condition as well. If you notice that, oh, my body is too stiff, it's very hard, it's hard to bend, if you make sounds already, that means you're stressed, stuck into that point of your body. Maybe your joint, your hip joint, your back, your neck. So it is very important to do some exercise to release the stress as well. However, throughout this entire class, I hope that you can remember just one thing. Many times when we talk about the stress from the certain circumstance or conditions that is not under your control. You can't do much with certain circumstance that cause your stress, right? It's nothing to do with you, but it really bothers, right? So, circumstance cannot be changed. It will be there. However, the way to react or how to respond to that stress can be your choice and your decision. Does that make sense? Make sense? Good. See, circumstances aren't changing. However, your action or reaction can change through making consciousness choice about how to react them. Does it make sense? So, this is a whole point. I think I like this part, making consciousness choice. In other words, you have to keep aware your condition, keep understand your emotions and your thoughts. So in other words, again, you have to have an eye to keep watch yourself, to understand yourself, and you have to have a time to get to know yourself better, right? So for that, we are going to make a second questionnaire, which is the 5 questions to ask to you guys. So we briefly went over what is our current stress level and what causes our stress too. This is just simple examples that could happen often for the stress situation. Number 1, I'm getting nervous when school is coming. You're not? Really good. Or when you have a thesis to present, right? So my neighborhood is very kind of like noisy, complicated. That could be another stress. It's difficult to just school life. I can't communicate well with my friends. I don't have a friend that I like to share that spend time with. Really. And then I can't communicate. I don't have a friend I like. There's a lot of interference between parents and family members. No one else respects my thoughts and ideas. And economically, I'm not, sufficient not good at exercising. I don't like my look. I don't like my appearance. I think I'm not smart enough. Sorry to hear. I'm not sure what I want to do in the future and so on and so forth. This is just an example that we can think of that causes our stress. So what we're going to do now is the partner that you had to exercise together, two of you to get together, and then face to face, please, with a sitting posture. Okay. And A start. A will share your story to B with three things. Number one, the most stressful event or occasion that you experienced in recent 3 months, pretty much these days. The most tough, stressful situation. Number one. Number two, what kind of reaction you took from that stressful situation and why? Number three, how did you do? What kind of method or things you did to manage your stress? Number three, can you remember ABC? I mean 1, 2, 3? Right. And then this is important thing. B, as an active listener. Listen, active, right? Active listener, meaning when A starts to share their story, number one, listen with your full heart. Listen. When you listen with your full heart, naturally what you're going to do is your body come closer to your partner, right? Because you like to listen very well, right? And your eyes try to pay attention and then make eye contact with your partners, right? 그리고 sometimes you say, I understand, right? So active listener. Active listener, don't make a judgment. No, that is your fault totally. What are you talking about? No, no, no. No advice too. Just listen carefully, right? Can you do that? All right. So when A share your 1, 2, 3 to B, be an active listener. A will start to share in 5 minutes, and then when 5 minutes comes up, I will give you a sign. Then you can switch the role. B will start your 1, 2, 3 to B to A. A become an active listener. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good. So let's start sharing from A for 5 minutes. Begin. And face forward, please. Do they listen well? They're a good listener? Good, wonderful. We all need a good listener. We all need to be a good listener. It's an active listener, right? So, as you may share with your partner the way we release or manage our stress, we can say that there's 3 types emotionally. Let's say that you totally screw your test, then, you can go to the bar and drink, and you can call upon your friends, and until the morning comes, you can share things by releasing your emotions that way. You can also find a way to avoid your stress. In other words, let's say that same situation, but you try not to see or encounter that stress itself, and try to find some other way to avoid that. Maybe you can go to PC방 and play game, until the morning. Or you can also choose to the problem solving ways. In other words, okay, this time due to these reasons I wasn't really good condition and did my best, but let me prepare my next test early enough, and let me get into it. You can choose those methods or ways of manage and release your stress, right? However, the key point is whatever method you choose, it has to be good for you, and it has to be something that helps you to be healthy, physically and mentally. And then you should be able to make that choice to keep that condition. The power of everybody here has is you got the key. You got the power to make a choice of what to do. That's the beauty of all of us. So keep in mind, even though there's a stress and then negative things around, it is solely up to you to make your decision to be better, to be happier, to be healthier, right? Okay. Actually, I prepared a lot more fun games. This is really the core part. But unfortunately, we're running out of time, and then it is time to wrap it up. So however, if you enjoy this session and then you like to have more of this, feel free to contact the Gyeongbuk University. They're the hoster. They, come up with the idea to have a time together like this for students like you, right? And also there's a counseling center that is linked with this Gyeongbuk University that I belong to. Listen to you. So again, feel free to ask for help, and also feel free to receive help as well when you need it. Okay, that's very important. Maybe if you look yourself, you're maybe one way to the other. You're very good at helping others, but you don't really take care of your much. Or you're really taking care of yourself very well, but you don't really care what's going on to others, right? So keep nice and good balance. However, the game that I was planning to do is an entire group activity, but again, the whole message of that activity was, when we get into the situation of stress, a lot of times it's about the relationship, isn't it? What do you think? When you hear and when you say things, when you think about your stress, it's not about like this paper, this water, this headphone or headset would be crazy. It's not like that, right? Me too. When I get into the work, work itself is not a big deal, and I can enjoy it. However, the person that I work with, the person that I study with, oh, that's the issue, right? However, we all live together, and then you actually can see the special things about you and others through this relationship. So, to be able to manage your stress well enough, it is important for you to know who you are first. In other words, even though we're in the same situation or same circumstance or same occasion, the way that people feel the stress is totally different. And sometimes I don't understand why he's so upset at this point, right? And somebody may say to me that I don't understand why you're laughing at this point when everybody is so upset, right? So we're very, very. And then if you notice there's a situation that you wanted to make a conscious choice to make yourself be healthy and happier, it is very important for you to know what kind of feeling, thoughts, emotions that you are experiencing in certain situation and why. I know it's a big question, but it is a very important question. So again, for you to manage your stress well, for you to have a healthy, happy body, pay attention to you and love yourself. Like BTS says, love yourself. Love yourself, understand how you feel, and respect the way you feel, right? And then cherish yourself. Meaning, when you feel something stuck, or when you feel some stressful things, should be able to deliver your emotion in a healthy way to others. Make sense?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're so emotional you cannot even say these things, right? I experience sometimes too, and I take some time. Calm down, don't be emotional, okay? When you say things, when I am able to say things without having a huge emotion involved, then I go to that person saying that when you do this and this and this to me, I feel like I was not respected by you. I wasn't feeling good. So next time, I hope you can understand me a bit better and then refrain from doing something, right? So even though you're not good at sharing your feeling, slowly, with small steps, try to share and say things. Instead of blaming others, instead of blaming you did this, you can say, this is how I feel. I'm not sure what was your intention, but this is how I feel. And be able to communicate your feelings and thoughts with others comfortably. Make sense? Great. Okay. Time to close. And my name was Amy. And then I hope to see you again. And before we close, I'd love to share this gift coupon for those who would like to share. How's your class? And then what do you feel? Very shortly. Can you raise your hand? Okay, you first. Can you stand up and share with us? Wonderful, wonderful. Big hands. Thank you. Wonderful. And it was wonderful.
I've done some
See you, and I'm very, very excited and happy.
자, 준비한 게 많지만 시간 관계상 일찍 마쳤습니다. 즐거운 활동으로 저와 학생들 서로 좋은 추억 된 것 같습니다. 프로그램이 끝난 이후에 이 외국인 학생들은 이곳에서 추가적으로 선비 체험도 하고 비빔밥을 먹기도 했습니다. 여기는 대구의 영남 선비문화 수련원인데요. 한옥 체험, 다양한 외국인들을 위한 프로그램이 마련되어 있으니까 관심 있으신 분들은 역시 들러보시면 좋을 것 같아요. 자, 영어로 진행하는 다양한 스트레스 관리 프로그램 또는 기타 심리상담 프로그램의 진행이 필요하신 경우 연락주세요. 한국인도 오케이. Thank you for watching me. See you again. Bye.